Well, President Cyril Ramaphosa says that he believes that the BRICS Summit will be a success. He says that many of the issues that are going to be addressed or agreed upon are important for the geopolitics of the world. Now, these include issues of trade, environment, climate and finance, among others. Ramaphosa was speaking on the sidelines of the two-day summit in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Let's cross now to SABC News International editor Sophie Mokoena, who is there for us. Sophie, good morning. So at a time, of course, when there's a lot happening in the world and, of course, here at home as of yesterday with that bombshell briefing by the KZN Provincial Commissioner, let's just start by looking at what the summit intends to achieve, especially given what's happening with America First and Donald Trump and, of course, developments elsewhere in the world, especially in the Middle East.
Maybe let's start with the development at home, because yesterday, when I spoke to the president, he promised that he will respond on issues that are related to the Commissioner of Police in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Mokoena, when he arrives home. He then went to the summit during the opening, where he delivered the remarks pertaining to global issues. But he quickly came back to the hotel just before lunch. He didn't even join other leaders for lunch to come and attend to the Mokoena matter. I guess he was making telephone calls back home, speaking to relevant stakeholders, speaking to his team that is here. You know that he's accompanied by Minister Nchaveng, who also deal with issues of intelligence in South Africa, which is also related to crime. And then they issued that statement announcing that he will attend to this matter as soon as he arrives home, but calling on stakeholders or the affected parties to cease comments or fire, in a sense that not making more statements to fuel tension that can lead to instability within the security cluster, because of course people will take different positions in terms of what was said, but also what happened yesterday, whether people agree or don't agree, it bordered on the security of the country based on what Commissioner Mokoena said, because the country's security was laid bare in terms of what people didn't know what was happening. And I'm sure this reaction from South Africans speaks to that, because they suddenly realize we have a problem here, and therefore saying a continued statement will aggravate the situation. Now, he traveled commercial coming here from OR to Sao Paulo to Rio. And therefore, he has to again go back home commercial, because he was in the private jet of the Defense Force that is using is not in a good state. And therefore, he will then leave much earlier again at the summit so that he can arrive in the country to attend to this matter. On issues of BRICS, a powerful statement from members on issues of peace and security, multilateralism, including trade and investment, at the time where the U.S. has decided to change a trade policy around the world without using the World Trade Organization. And therefore, today we'll have a better sense at the end of the summit from the host, that is Brazil, about the outcomes of this summit. But a far-reaching communique and statement here in Brazil, and I think the United States of America will respond, particularly on issues of tariffs, particularly when the President of the U.S. meets the Prime Minister of Israel today in the United States of America.
Well, thank you so much. That's SABC News International editor Sophie Mokoena speaking to us from Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, which is, of course, where the BRICS Summit is underway.